What if the silence you're hearing right now is not God ignoring you, but God positioning you for the biggest breakthrough of your life? Most people quit in the quiet, unaware that heaven is working overtime behind the scenes. Silence often feels uncomfortable because human nature is wired to seek reassurance. When answers are delayed and direction seems absent, the first assumption is usually abandonment or disapproval. Yet spiritual silence is rarely accidental. It is intentional. Silence is often the strongest indicator that preparation is taking place beneath the surface. Before a major breakthrough, distractions must be removed. Noise can come in many forms: external opinions, emotional reactions, fear, impatience, or even constant seeking of signs. Silence strips these layers away. When nothing is being said, attention is sharpened. Focus deepens. The heart begins to listen differently, not for immediate answers, but for alignment. Preparation requires isolation. Just as seeds are planted underground before they ever break the surface, preparation happens in places that feel hidden and unnoticed. The silence is not empty, it is full of unseen activity. Foundations are being laid that will support what is coming. Without this stage, breakthroughs collapse under pressure because the inner structure was never built. Silence also confronts dependence. When guidance is constant, there is a temptation to rely more on instructions than on trust. Silence forces trust to mature. It removes spiritual crutches and reveals what truly anchors belief. In these moments, faith shifts from being emotionally driven to being deeply rooted. This kind of faith does not depend on feelings, signs, or immediate outcomes. Another purpose of silence is refinement of character. Breakthroughs change environments, increase responsibility, and elevate influence. If character does not grow first, the blessing becomes a burden. Silence exposes impatience, pride, fear, and hidden motives. These are not revealed to shame, but to heal. Preparation often feels like pressure because growth is happening where it cannot yet be seen. Silence also teaches discernment. When external voices fade, inner awareness becomes sharper. Decisions become more intentional, values become clearer. The heart learns to distinguish between urgency and importance. This discernment is essential before any major shift, because not every opportunity after a breakthrough is meant to be accepted. Many walk away during silent seasons because they misinterpret them. They assume nothing is happening when, in reality, everything is happening. The absence of visible progress does not mean the absence of purpose. Preparation is rarely glamorous, but it is always necessary. Silence is the workshop where strength is forged. Those who endure silence without losing trust develop resilience. They learn how to remain steady without constant reassurance. This stability becomes the backbone of future success. When the breakthrough finally arrives, it does not overwhelm, because preparation has already expanded capacity. Silence is not punishment. It is positioning. It is the quiet before elevation, the stillness before momentum. What feels like delay is often protection. What feels like emptiness is often divine order being established. Many expect answers to come as sudden clarity or immediate direction, but the most profound communication often happens through experience. The process itself becomes the message. When words are absent, lessons become embodied rather than heard. Process teaches what instruction alone cannot. Wisdom gained through experience is deeper, more permanent, and harder to forget. Silence allows the process to shape understanding from the inside out. Instead of being told what to do, one becomes the kind of person who knows what to do. Growth through process is gradual, but it is precise. Each challenge, delay, and uncertainty carries a specific lesson. Patience is developed through waiting. Humility is formed through dependence. Strength is built through resistance. None of these qualities can be rushed or downloaded instantly. They must be lived. Silence also slows the pace. When answers come too quickly, there is little reflection. Process forces reflection. It creates space to evaluate motives, priorities, and direction. In this slowing down, clarity emerges naturally. The heart becomes aligned before circumstances change. Another powerful aspect of process is transformation without awareness. Often, growth is only recognized in hindsight. Looking back reveals how much has changed, how reactions are calmer, decisions are wiser, and faith is steadier. The silence allowed these changes to take root quietly, without pressure or performance. Process also builds authority. Authority is not granted through words alone, but through endurance. Those who have walked through uncertainty carry a depth that cannot be imitated. Their confidence is not loud, but secure. Their faith is not fragile, but tested. This authority becomes essential after the breakthrough. When challenges increase rather than disappear, silence during process prevents shortcuts. Immediate answers can sometimes lead to premature action. Process ensures timing is respected. It aligns readiness with opportunity. When breakthrough meets preparation, it results in sustainability rather than burnout. There is also intimacy in process. Even when silence feels distant, the journey itself deepens connection. Trust becomes relational rather than transactional. Faith moves beyond asking for outcomes and learns to value transformation. This depth becomes a source of peace that remains even after circumstances change. Many misunderstand silence because they expect communication in one form only. But silence does not mean absence of guidance. It means guidance is happening through shaping rather than speaking, through endurance rather than explanation, through becoming rather than receiving. The process is not a detour, it is the path. Breakthroughs are not destinations but transitions. What truly matters is who one becomes before crossing into the next season. Silence ensures that growth happens first, so the next level can be sustained. One of the greatest misunderstandings in spiritual life is the belief that delay means refusal. When answers do not come quickly, the heart often interprets silence as rejection. Yet delay and denial are not the same. Delay is about timing, denial is about intention. Silence usually signals timing, not unwillingness. Delay exists to protect what is coming. Many blessings carry weight, responsibility, visibility, pressure, and influence. Receiving them too early can do more harm than good. Delay ensures that inner readiness matches outer opportunity. What seems slow is often strategic. Waiting exposes motives. When something is delayed, true intentions rise to the surface. Desire is purified. The question shifts from, "When will this happen?" to, "Why do I want this?" This internal examination strengthens integrity and prevents future regret. Delay refines desire so that the breakthrough is stewarded well. Delay also builds endurance. Immediate answers produce excitement, but endurance produces stability. The strength required to sustain a breakthrough is developed in waiting seasons. Without endurance, momentum collapses at the first challenge. Delay trains the heart to remain steady, even when progress is invisible. Another purpose of delay is alignment. Circumstances, people, and opportunities must converge at the right moment. A breakthrough is rarely isolated. It is interconnected with other lives and events. Delay allows alignment to take place beyond what can be seen or controlled. When the timing is right, things unfold with precision that could never be forced. Delay also confronts impatience. Impatience often disguises fear, the fear of missing out, being forgotten, or falling behind. Silence challenges these fears and replaces them with trust. Trust grows when control is surrendered. This trust becomes the foundation for peace, regardless of outcome. There is also protection in delay from counterfeit breakthroughs. Not every open door leads to fulfillment. Some opportunities look promising but lead to exhaustion, compromise, or regret. Delay sharpens discernment, making it easier to recognize what aligns with purpose and what does not. Many abandon faith in the delay because they only value arrival, not formation. Yet the waiting season shapes wisdom, humility, and resilience. These qualities determine whether a breakthrough becomes a blessing or a burden. Delay ensures sustainability. When delay ends, it often ends suddenly. What once felt stagnant shifts rapidly. This sudden change is not random. It is the result of preparation completing its work. Delay was not wasted time, it was invested time. Faith that depends on visible evidence is fragile. It thrives when confirmations are frequent and results are immediate, but collapses when silence arrives. Quiet seasons exist to refine faith, to transform it from emotional confidence into unshakable trust. Silence removes external reinforcement. Without signs, applause, or reassurance, faith must stand on conviction alone. This stripping away feels uncomfortable, but it strengthens belief at its core. What remains after silence is genuine faith. Quiet seasons reveal where faith is anchored. If it is rooted in outcomes, silence becomes unbearable. If it is rooted in trust, silence becomes transformative. Refinement happens when expectations are released and trust deepens beyond understanding. Faith refined in silence becomes resilient. It is no longer reactive to circumstances. It remains steady in uncertainty and calm in waiting. This kind of faith does not demand explanations, it rests in confidence that purpose is unfolding, even when unseen. Silence also teaches patience. Patience is not passive waiting, it is active trust. It is the ability to remain faithful without pressure to manipulate outcomes. This patience guards against impulsive decisions that can delay breakthroughs even further. Another refining aspect of silence is surrender. Quiet seasons expose the illusion of control. Faith matures when control is released. Surrender does not mean giving up. It means trusting deeply enough to let go. This surrender creates space for peace, clarity, and alignment. Faith refined in silence also develops depth. Shallow faith seeks constant reassurance. Deep faith remains grounded without it. This depth allows for long-term consistency rather than short-term enthusiasm. It sustains belief beyond emotional highs. Quiet seasons also build confidence. Not the loud confidence of certainty, but the quiet confidence of trust. This confidence does not need validation. It stands firm even when misunderstood or overlooked. Such confidence becomes vital after the breakthrough. When opinions multiply and pressure increases, refined faith carries wisdom. It learns to wait without anxiety and move without fear. It recognizes that silence is not an enemy, but a teacher. Through silence, faith learns endurance, humility, and peace. When the breakthrough finally arrives, refined faith does not panic or cling. It receives with gratitude and responsibility. It understands that the same trust developed in silence will be needed to sustain what comes next. Every meaningful breakthrough is preceded by a season that looks unproductive from the outside. This hidden season is where the most important work takes place. Growth that lasts must begin below the surface. What is visible later is only possible because of what was developed in secret. Hidden growth reshapes identity. Before external success can be handled, internal stability must be formed. Confidence, humility, discipline, and wisdom are cultivated when no one is watching. Public recognition without private maturity leads to collapse. Hidden seasons protect against that danger. Much of life's most critical development happens in obscurity. Skills are sharpened, character is tested, and values are solidified. Silence creates space for this formation. Without constant attention or pressure to perform, growth becomes authentic rather than performative. Hidden growth also builds self-awareness. When applause is absent, motives are revealed. The question becomes whether effort continues without recognition. This stage strengthens integrity and purpose. Breakthroughs built on integrity last longer and impact more deeply. There is also freedom in hidden seasons. Without external expectations, mistakes become lessons rather than failures. Experimentation becomes possible. Learning accelerates because fear of judgment fades. This freedom allows growth to be thorough rather than rushed. Hidden growth strengthens resilience. Struggles faced privately develop endurance that cannot be taught publicly. This resilience becomes essential after public victory, when criticism, pressure, and responsibility increase. Without resilience, success becomes overwhelming. Another purpose of hidden growth is alignment of values. Public success often amplifies whatever already exists internally. If values are misaligned, success magnifies dysfunction. Hidden seasons correct this by grounding priorities and strengthening ethical clarity. Many underestimate hidden seasons because they equate visibility with value. But unseen growth determines long-term impact. Breakthroughs that skip hidden development often peak quickly and fade. Those built slowly endure. When public victory arrives, it often looks sudden, but it is never accidental. What appears as overnight success is the result of years of unseen preparation. Hidden growth ensures that when opportunity arrives, it is met with readiness rather than panic. Hidden seasons are not delays, they are investments. What is developed in private becomes strength in public. The silence that once felt limiting becomes the reason success is sustainable. Silence has a revealing power. When excitement fades and clarity disappears, motives are exposed. Some remain committed, others drift away. Silence acts as a filter, separating those driven by depth from those driven by convenience. Commitment is tested when rewards are delayed. Curious interest thrives on inspiration but fades in uncertainty. Silence removes emotional momentum and reveals whether dedication is rooted in conviction or comfort. This separation is necessary. Not everyone is meant to walk into the next season. Silence gradually removes distractions, unhealthy attachments, and shallow connections. It clears the path for focus and alignment. Silence also strengthens independence of faith. When external encouragement fades, belief must stand on its own. This builds inner strength and confidence. Commitment becomes personal rather than borrowed from others' opinions. Those who remain through silence develop loyalty to purpose rather than outcomes. They continue even when progress is slow and recognition is absent. This loyalty becomes a defining trait that supports long-term success. Silence also exposes dependency. Some rely heavily on validation, direction, or reassurance. Silence challenges this dependency and encourages maturity. Growth occurs when responsibility for belief and effort is fully embraced. Another effect of silence is simplification. Without constant input, priorities become clearer. Energy is no longer scattered. Focus narrows to what truly matters. This clarity strengthens commitment. Silence also teaches perseverance. Continuing without immediate reward builds discipline. This discipline becomes invaluable after the breakthrough, when consistency matters more than excitement. Those who endure silence gain confidence in their ability to continue without certainty. This confidence reduces fear of future uncertainty. Once silence has been survived, future challenges feel manageable. Separation through silence is not rejection, it is refinement. It ensures that those who reach the breakthrough are prepared to sustain it. Curiosity fades, but commitment endures. Breakthroughs rarely unfold in a way that matches expectation. They are not always gradual, They often appear suddenly, like a wave arriving after a long calm. This suddenness can be startling because it masks the years of unseen preparation that preceded it. What feels instantaneous is actually the result of meticulous development, hidden effort, and refined readiness. The sudden nature of breakthroughs teaches a crucial lesson: timing matters more than speed. While human effort is measured by schedules and deadlines, the right moment cannot be forced. When the breakthrough arrives, it arrives fully prepared, fully aligned, and fully impactful. The suddenness does not indicate randomness but precision. Often, breakthroughs appear sudden to onlookers, but are the culmination of long periods of silence. Every moment of patience, endurance, refinement, and hidden growth converges at this point. This convergence creates an effect that seems instantaneous, but is deeply rooted in preparation. Those who understand this recognize that what has been silent is not wasted, it is foundational. Sudden breakthroughs also reveal the importance of readiness. When opportunity appears, the ability to respond decisively determines the outcome. Readiness is not just skill or knowledge, it is emotional, mental, and spiritual alignment cultivated over time. If readiness is lacking, sudden breakthroughs can overwhelm, causing mistakes or missed opportunities. There is a transformative aspect to sudden breakthroughs. They reset perception. What once seemed impossible becomes reality. Long-held fears, doubts, and frustrations dissolve in the face of change. This transformation is not merely external, it is internal, shifting confidence, mindset, and purpose simultaneously. Sudden breakthroughs also demonstrate the power of faith and persistence. Those who endure silence and uncertainty often experience sudden results that validate endurance. The timing of breakthroughs reassures that patience was not wasted, persistence was necessary, and refinement was essential. It reinforces the principle that unseen work matters most. This suddenness also amplifies impact. When breakthrough appears after a long wait, it carries momentum. Its effects are multiplied because preparation has created capacity to handle success. The surprise of rapid change is balanced by the stability built during the quiet season. The lesson is clear: do not quit because progress seems slow. The apparent delay is not the end, it is the prelude. When the breakthrough comes, it will arrive with a force and clarity that make the wait meaningful. What may feel stagnant is actually aligning perfectly for the moment of emergence. In essence, sudden breakthroughs are proof that silent seasons are powerful. They remind that progress is often invisible, timing is deliberate, and patience produces profound results. Understanding this prepares the heart to respond with gratitude and wisdom when change occurs. Every breakthrough follows timing that is intentional. Timing is rarely accidental, it is strategic. Circumstances, people, preparation, and readiness converge in a way that maximizes impact. Strategic timing ensures that the breakthrough is not only achieved but sustained. Strategic timing protects against premature exposure. Some blessings or changes are too great to be handled too early. If received before readiness, they can lead to overwhelm, misjudgment, or even loss. Timing allows internal strength to match external opportunity, ensuring stability and longevity. Timing is also strategic in aligning resources. Opportunities often require the right connections, environment, and conditions to be effective. When everything aligns at the right moment, the breakthrough is amplified. Silence preceding the breakthrough allows for this alignment to occur naturally, without forced manipulation. Strategic timing teaches patience. Human impatience often leads to shortcuts, mistakes, and compromised outcomes. Waiting for the right moment fosters discipline, careful decision-making, and thoughtful action. These qualities are critical for the breakthrough to have enduring results. Timing also builds appreciation. When achievement or change arrives at the right moment, it is recognized fully for its value. Delayed fulfillment increases gratitude, deepens perspective, and strengthens resilience. The right timing ensures that the breakthrough is not just seen, but truly understood and cherished. Additionally, strategic timing allows for personal and spiritual readiness. Preparation, growth, refinement, and testing take time. Timing ensures that all necessary work is completed before results appear. The quiet season is not meaningless, it is deliberately structured to create maximum readiness. Timing also maximizes influence. When a breakthrough happens at the right moment, its effects ripple further. Timing positions the individual to inspire, lead, and impact more effectively. What could be small or temporary in the wrong moment becomes significant and lasting in the right moment. Finally, strategic timing reinforces trust in the process. It reminds that every delay, trial, and quiet period has purpose. The alignment of timing, readiness, and opportunity underscores the wisdom of endurance and the value of hidden work. Strategic timing ensures that the breakthrough is not only achieved but sustained, productive,